IndyCar and NASCAR, where she broke barriers for women in racing, Danica Patrick has always been a trailblazer. But recently, she's been in the news for a completely different reason. A series of bikini photos and other scandals have put her in the spotlight, leaving fans shocked by her latest troubles. What really happened to Danica Patrick? What other scandals has she been in? Watch until the end to find out. Danica Patrick is an American former professional racing driver and model. Danica is the most successful woman in the history of American open-wheel car racing. She won the 2008 Indy Japan 300 as the only woman in an Indy Car Series race. Danica was born to working-class parents who owned a coffee shop and a glass company. In high school, she was a cheerleader and babysat for a family when she wasn't racing. At first, Danica didn't want to be a race car driver. She thought she would be a secretary, a veterinarian, or a singer. But she and her sister realized they wanted to be race car drivers. They loved go-karting and asked their parents to buy them each one soon after. Dana started karting in Wisconsin. Her father was her crew chief, and her mother kept track of her stats as a beginner. She didn't have any role models or idols, but she knew what she wanted to do from a young age. Her parents were very supportive of all of her interests. Before she started go-karting, she liked racing a lawnmower and a four-wheeler. By the time she was 10, Dan wanted to be a race car driver and an engineer. In her first race, Danica crashed into a concrete wall at 25 mph because her brakes failed. She was not hurt, and in her next race she came in second place out of 20 drivers. Over time, she got better at coordinating her eyes and feet, setting age records at McKenna Raceway Park and Sugar River Raceway. She also tried her hand at snowmobile, motocross, and car racing. When she was 13, Danica wanted to move to California so she could compete all year, but her parents said no because they had to run their businesses. Instead, she traveled around the Midwestern United States. Danica dropped out of high school when she was 16 and in her junior year. With her parents' permission, she got her GED and moved to England to compete in the Junior Formula Series. While she was there, her family sold merchandise with pictures of her on it to help pay for her travel costs. Her parents also made it clear that she couldn't do anything that could hurt her public image. This earned her 10 regional karting titles in a short amount of time. Dana started her career as a trailblazer in motorsports. Her time in England helped her improve her skills and build up her toughness against tough international competition. Danica's debut in an Indy car was in 200.55 with Rahal Letterman Racing, where she quickly made waves and won the Rookie of the Year award at both the Indianapolis 500 and the Indy Car Series. Her historic win at the 2008 Indy Japan 300 made her the first woman to win an Indy car race, and she has since gone on to win many more. She did well at the Indianapolis 500, finishing third in 2009, which was the best finish by a female driver. In 2010, Dan switched to stock car racing and joined NASCAR's Nationwide Series, and later the Cup Series. She made headlines again when she became the first woman to win the Daytona 500 pole position and earn a top 10 finish. During her NASCAR career, she broke different records in the male-dominated spot and earned 7 top 10 finishes in the Cup Series before retiring in 2018. Danica was known for her unwavering determination and ability to motivate others, especially women, to follow their dreams in motorsports and beyond. Her groundbreaking accomplishments continue to inspire people, showing that passion and persistence can lead to success on and off the track. This made her a more well-known figure in motorsports and garnered more media attention. However, as Danica broke more barriers in her career, she also had to deal with new problems, even though she was the most successful woman in American open-wheel car racing history. During her career, she had to deal with a lot of problems. She had trouble getting money, especially in 2002 when her funding ran out and she had to go back to the United States. As a race car driver, she also had to deal with accidents, like the time she was hospitalized with a concussion after an accident. In 2018, Danica's last race had a shocking crash when she lost control of her car and hit the wall. This crash is now known as the Dana Double. Danica had other accidents, like the time she was turned into the... As Danica's career went on, she had to deal with learning curves. For example, when she started driving stock cars, she had to learn how to handle them because they kept crashing. But one of the hardest things for her was dealing with gender bias. As a woman, she faced a lot of problems. She was the subject of a lot of media attention and controversy from fans who called her a publicity stunt or gimmick. She also had to win races because many people say that women drivers are held to a higher standards than men. Danica not only had to deal with gender bias, but she also defied stereotypes by showing that women could do well at the highest levels of racing. Her early career was difficult because peers and industry insiders didn't believe she could do well, because she was a woman. It was also hard for her to get opportunities in motorsports because many teams were hesitant to invest in female drivers. In 2008, she silenced her critics by becoming the first woman to win an Indy Japan 300. It busted myths about women's physical and mental abilities in high-stakes racing. When she switched to NASCAR in 2010, it was hard for her to master stock car racing, and many people thought she wouldn't be able to do it as a woman. Despite these problems, she became the first woman to win pole position at the Daytona 500 in 2013. Off the track, Patrick's strength and success have inspired many women to follow their dreams in motorsports and other male-dominated fields. Danica Patrick not only broke records but also paved the way for future generations of female athletes. Her legacy is a testament to the power of perseverance in the face of adversity. Danica was known as a speed demon who was always turning up the speed on the racetrack, but her fans soon found out that she had no problem getting the media excited. Many people were shocked when Danica Patrick showed off her toned body in a red-hot bikini while sunbathing in Maui, Hawaii, a few years after becoming the first woman to win an IndyCar Series race. Her pictures were all over the internet, and many fans also noticed the tattoo of an American flag at the base of her back, which got a lot of attention for how patriotic she was. She was sitting on a chair wrapped in a towel because it was so hot, and rumors started flying. When it came out a few years later that she had broken up with her Green Bay Packers football player boyfriend of 2 years, Aaron Rodgers, many people said she was showing her ex-boyfriend what he was missing when she posted pictures of herself in a leopard print bikini on a girls' trip. Many people said she was stressed out because of the breakup, but she was seen smiling a lot, and her pictures didn't leave much to the imagination. They showed that she looked even better as she modeled on social media. She showed off her toned body in a leopard print bikini while on a speedboat, writing, "The front of the boat was where you could find me today." Her tattoo was also seen again, this time on her lower back. The photos quickly went viral on the internet, leaving little to the imagination of all her fans. Another picture that went viral on social media showed her in a tank top that said "Namaste Beaches" on the front and short shorts. Many of her fans praised her beautiful body. The athlete Danica Patrick has been getting a lot of negative feedback lately, especially since she started working as a Sky Sports FON commentator. She made some hurtful comments about women, which has led to her being criticized, and phone fans have been calling for her to be fired from her job as a commentator. It's funny that she said those things when she's known as the most hateful person in the world when it comes to women. Fans and viewers still say they won't miss Dana if she is fired as a commentator, especially after what she said at the Hungarian Grand Prix, which led to the first ever child broadcast. When a child asked the former racer if she would like to see a female phone driver race in the future, Danica gave an unexpected answer that made women look weak. I think that. People were very upset when she said that the sport is masculine and aggressive, and that you have to handle the car in a way that isn't normal for a woman's mind. As you might expect, this statement caused a lot of backlash and controversy from the public, especially since many people looked up to her as a female leader in the racing world and would have hoped that she would support other women who want to go into racing. Especially since the media has portrayed women as less capable. People thought she was a stunt because she was a woman racing, but she stuck to what people thought about her calling the sport masculine. The backlash got worse when she spoke out against Formula One's efforts to become carbon neutral by 2030. She is known for hosting a podcast, and in one episode had a guest who denied climate change. Fans didn't like this, especially since other drivers and Formula One as a whole have been speaking out about the need to fight climate change. Danica Patrick, who is known for breaking new ground in her racing career, has been criticized for her role as a commentator on the Netflix documentary series Drive to Survive and for commentating at Formula One events. Fans had mixed feelings about her addition to Season 6 of Drive to Survive, with some critics questioning her relevance to Formula One and viewers complaining on social media that her comments were boring or that other figures with deeper ties to the sport were ignored, with comments like, "Why the F is Danica?" So, to stay alive and stop forcing Danica Patrick on us. Patrick's drive to reflect frustration from some fans who thought her involvement wasn't necessary. Despite the negative reactions, Patrick received support from others who valued her experience in high-level motorsport. Comparisons to legendary drivers like Mario Andretti emphasized her credibility, and supporters said that her perspective as someone who competed at the top of American motorsport added value to the conversation. One fan told critics to leave Danica Patrick alone. People were upset about Patrick's comments at the 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix after problems with logistics delayed the event and forced fans to leave early. Patrick said that people who didn't want to miss out should have bought full weekend passes, and she talked about the entertainment and high-class suites that Las Vegas has to offer. Her comments were seen as out of touch and insensitive to fans' concerns, and her role has led to discussions about inclusion and expertise in motorsport. Patrick's story is not only about achieving greatness, but also about breaking stereotypes and redefining what is possible. Even though she stopped racing professionally in 2018, Patrick is still a well-known figure in the racing community. Her work as a media analyst and commentator lets her share her knowledge and love of motorsports, and her business ventures show how she can change and thrive in new situations. Patrick, by doing well as a businesswoman, author, and podcast host, Patrick shows that reinventing yourself and being flexible are key to long-term success. Patrick's legacy goes beyond racing. She shows how important it is to work hard and be determined to overcome obstacles and leave an indelible mark. Her journey inspires not only female athletes, but also anyone else who wants to break barriers and achieve excellence. Danica Patrick's life and career are a testament to the transformative power of persistence and the importance of pushing the limits and making sure her place is a constant source of inspiration.